Hello and welcome to Knife Delights. It's time for a Way Back Wednesday knife video. This is an open tag started by our good friend Warthog. Warthog has a fine knife selection, great collection. You need to watch his videos. And he's been going through some very serious health problems, been battling away, but he always has an upbeat spirit. He's fighting hard. Warthog, I hope this video finds you to be doing well. We're all rooting for you. We're all praying for you, and we think about you a lot. So thanks, Warthog, for this great open tag. Well, today I thought we'd go with a Colt knife, and it's going to be a Colt Whittler, and it is model number CT207. And I picked this up in an antique store here recently, and it comes in this very fine magnetic box here. Fine presentation, and there you can see the CT207, and we look on the back and it says produced under license from the New Colt Holding Corporation, all rights reserved. And then it says the legend continues. So let's just get this knife out and take a look at it. Set the box off to the side here. And what we have here is a Whittler pattern knife. And oh my goodness, you get these bright really shiny stainless steel knives, and the fingerprints, you just open it up once or twice and the prints are just all over it. Let's just kind of wipe that off a little bit so we can take a look at this here. And here on the pile side of the main blade, the clip point, says Colt, and the tang stamp reads CT207, quality since 1836, and then the country of origin is China. So these covers are this really nice bone stag. It has half stops. But there's a look at the covers. Very well done. Brass pin, and then you can just barely see the other pins there and right up there, kind of buried in there. Can't really see that third one. So again, the bolsters are threaded here, and they're also pinched. Nice little touch to them. Now you'll see that C in there for the Colt. Now, legend tells me, actually I think it wasn't legend, I think it was Thrifty Kniffy told me it's basically the same OEM that did the Rough Rider knives, and they used the C on the Colt knife, and that's where they got the idea to put the R on the Rough Rider knives. So for those of you that don't like the R, well, I guess this is kind of the origin of it. But it is a very beautiful knife, and it seems to be a very well-made knife. So it's got this, I guess, brass inlay right there. It's got that Colt rearing back, and then it says 175th in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. So 175 plus since 1836 puts us at 2011. So I'm assuming that's when these knives were made right here. So again, it features a main blade of a clip point, and that clip point is about 2.5 inches long. It's not a very long clip point. It's kind of short and stubby, but it is a wide clip point. And it is swedged on both sides. See there? So it's kind of a short, stubby clip point. Has good walk and talk. They are stiff. I suppose that's like a 9 or a 10 pull. Yeah, them fingerprints. Yep. So then on each side of the main blade, we have a pen blade. That one there, and again it's stamped with Colt. And on the opposite side, the other pen blade, stamped with Colt. Now, I had to watch a video by none other than Tobias, Knife Chats with Tobias, and he went over the history of the Whittler pattern, gave a lot of good information on the Whittler pattern. One thing that you find with a lot of traditional slip joint knives, you have a knife and you say, these are the features that makes it, whatever particular model. But every knife maker can do their own take on a pattern. But some of the key features, or one of the key features of a Whittler knife is, unlike a Stockman where the main blade is up front, on a Whittler, the main blade goes down in between the two other blades. Also, typically on a Whittler, you would have a clip point, a pen blade, and a coping blade. But you can see on this one, it has two pen blades. Now the reason for the three different blades is because when you're whittling with those three blade choices, there should be all kinds of cuts that you can make. And there's advantages to using a coping blade sometimes, because you can get into tight places and might make nice precise cuts with them. But for whatever reason, they decided to go with two pen blades. Now another feature, and I am going to do a full video on just the Whittler pattern, because Buck made a Whittler, but it's a little bit different style than this. But another thing that I should say associated with a Whittler is kind of the split back spring. And even in that, I ran across the definition, and now I can't find it again. So you have, hopefully you can see this good. You have this spring right here, and you see it tapers down there. And then you have this spring here, and it tapers down here. And then you have the brass liner there in the middle, and you can see how it's tapered to match the springs. So I believe this is called a split back. However, somewhere I read it talked about there's a difference between two tapered back springs versus an actual spring that's been split. And I don't fully understand all of that. I don't have an example of it. And of course I can't find that reference now. But for all practical purposes, we're going to call this a split back Whittler. So what that means is, the reason it's split there is the main blade. When we open up the main blade, you can see both of those back springs raise up. So the main blade utilizes both of the springs, and then the split portion down here, the pen blade, or the smaller blades, each use one spring. So that's ballparkish. That's the definition of a split back Whittler. Now again, I picked these up in an antique store. I just thought they were a great find. They're in great condition. Nice fit and finish on them. Nice brass liners. And I just think it was a welcome addition to my collection here. So there you have it on this Way Back Wednesday. We've got the Colt model CT207 Whittler, quality since 1836. And I want to just say thank everybody for watching. Thanks to everybody for watching. And go out and have a very delightful day.